Watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
This segment sponsored by Carlson Financial.
Every day, an average 10,000 baby boomers reach retirement age. While retirement is often seen as the golden years, it can also bring financial concerns and risks that need careful planning. Carl Carlson, founder and CEO of Carlson Financial, is here to walk us through the 5 biggest risks and how we can handle them. And we like kind of breaking this down into the top 5. So kind of dive right in. Number 1.
These are, get a nice glass of wine, sit back. Well, these are not the fun things.
Well, because you can plan and plan, but there are risks because there are things we can't really expect or
Number 1's probably inflation.
Yes. Who would have thought we would have had a pandemic that drove all those prices up so much?
Yeah. And it may kind of continue a little bit. They're talking maybe tariffs might create a little bit more inflation in the short term. So inflation is a big one. You have got to prepare for inflation. The best way to do that is make sure that the portion of your nest egg that you're saving, that you have a part of it that's in growth stocks. So that really is going to help you keep pace and hopefully outrun inflation. And I don't mean if you have 500,000 that you put 5,000 in stocks. I mean you put 150,000 in stocks.
This one hurts for those of us who are more conservative and I just don't want to lose my money.
Yeah.
Okay, the second one, outliving your income.
So that can be a big one if you're drawing too much out of your portfolio, and if you have to continue to draw money out of your portfolio when the stock market drops, that's even a bigger hit on you. And then all of a sudden you find out so maybe you retired at 65, now you're 75 to 80, and you can't take out as much money, or if you keep taking it out, you're going to run out in 5 or 10 years. That's a scary feeling, and you don't want to have that feeling. So planning is the key part of that. And you got to plan, and you have to have inflation built into your plan, and then you can tell how much can I spend now.
Such a spoil sport. I want to live in the now. I want to live in the now, Carl.
I know.
Medical costs. That's a hard one to plan for.
Yeah, medical is a very difficult one, but I would always figure that it's going to increase by at least 5%, maybe 5 to 10. If you're working, you're seeing that almost every year. Your employer is increasing what you're paying on your health insurance. And if it's long-term care, it's even going up even more and still continues to. So build that into your plan. So now you're building inflation into your plan. You're figuring out healthcare costs, building that into the future plan. And now that can kind of tell you and guide you how much can I take out of my portfolio now without worrying about running out of money before I'm gone.
Okay, here's the kind of, point counterpoint. Put your things in growth stocks. But number 4 in the risk is volatility in the stock market. Come on, Carl.
That's
you want
right.
it both
For
ways.
those conservative type. Well, the other money is in the safe. So you have to figure out what percentage.
In the safe or under the mattress.
Yeah, under the mattress is not the best place. Maybe a little cash down there.
But back to the stock market.
Yeah. So stock market volatility can wipe you out if you haven't planned correctly. Because if you have $500,000 and it drops to $250,000 and you're taking out $50,000, whoa, your money's going to be gone fast. It doesn't have a chance to come back up, so you have to be real careful with stock market volatility.
This is that balance that you talk about with your overall portfolio.
Absolutely.
And the number 5 risk you talk about is Social Security policy changes. We do have elections every 4 years, every 2 years, and that means people change, decision makers change.
And they keep kicking the can down the road to fix Social Security, because right now they say 2035 they're only going to be able to pay about 70 to 80% of what they promised they would pay. So people could see decreases in their Social Security checks in big amounts then, unless they fix it. So, but we don't know. And maybe they fix it by changing when you can start Social Security. So maybe your whole plan was to start at 62, and now they just said you can't start Social Security until 64. So you have to take that into consideration. Things can change and things will change in the future, I think, for Social Security. So I would build a plan and maybe even figure you're only going to get half and make your plan work. And then if you get more, you're good.
Okay. Planning for contingencies and thinking these things through ahead of time. Great advice,
Definitely.
Carl Carlson. Appreciate you. We'll be right back.